I hold the research chair in home dialysis in the University of Toronto, and also am an associate professor at the University of Toronto. I'd just like to echo everybody in terms of what an absolute delight it is to be in Hyderabad in India. I'm very excited to share the efforts for both the education and also the dissemination of information today with you. The focus of my part of the symposium will be of home hemodialysis. There is more and more emerging evidence that more home form of dialysis is beneficial to patients and also allows patients to do more intensive amount of dialysis. It may be surprising to you that by doing 3 times a week of hemodialysis, let's say 3 to 4 hours, it only replaces somewhere around 10 to 15% of what your kidney currently does. So by doing more time and more frequent dialysis, it actually allows patients to receive a higher dose of kidney replacement. And the real practical way of doing this will be done at home when the patient is able to actually have the autonomy. They also will have the practicality of delivering dialysis at home. So I'll be sharing the podium with Mark Marshall, who's still traveling today to come to Hyderabad. We'll be discussing the clinical advantages of doing home intensive hemodialysis, and also at the same time talking about the practicality of how to set up hemodialysis in the patient's home. That brings me to my final point, just to also serve as a sounding board and an introduction to an initiative which is endorsed by the International Society for Hemodialysis, which is also very exciting, which is called the Global Forum for Hemodialysis in the Home. We'll be introducing this particular initiative, which is a practical manual, which is going to be a web-based resource that's going to be made available for people who are interested to do hemodialysis at the home, and also to allow people to have a way of practically how to set up hemodialysis instead. Just a few points. It might be interesting for you to note that home hemodialysis, in fact, was already previously mentioned, has been done in Seattle, even in the 60s. I think the renaissance of home hemodialysis nowadays has to do with the fact that it can become a vector for people to have a better quality of life and also delivery of higher doses of dialysis and more frequent dialysis. And as far as the clinical advantages of it, we will be discussing that on the second day of the program. But just briefly stated, there has been significant demonstration of cardiovascular advantages. As Dr. Mishra mentioned, high blood pressure is a major issue for patients on dialysis. And we and others have shown that blood pressure control is improved on more frequent home hemodialysis. In addition, we'll be discussing the survival of patients who are on this form of dialysis versus other type of kidney replacement therapy, for example, kidney transplantation. It's important to remember, as mentioned by Dr. Nayak, that there has to be a selection of these particular individuals who are able to deliver this type of therapy at home. So to date, there is a selection of this group of people, and I think as technology emerges, as technology improves, I think we're going to see and embrace more home dialysis in the future, which is, I think, an important advance and a foresight that ISHD actually has made this an emphasis to make home hemodialysis one of its foci of education. So in all, we're going to be discussing home hemodialysis, which is an important vector to deliver higher dose of dialysis. To date, there has been significant advantages, particularly in cardiovascular area, and also survival that is rivaling that of kidney transplantation. And I think there's still going to be some need for the improvement of technology and to allow people to practically deliver this, both from a healthcare delivery and also from patients to embrace this as a therapy.